Hi, Dr.BlurZM here, and this is not the typical video that I usually do. This is more like of a story time type of thing, because as the title says, it is related to why I left the SFM community, and like what exactly happened during that cycle of myself being in the community up until early 2021. And I want to talk about this because the thing is, it's really been sticking on my mind, to be honest. And like, considering that most of my content back in the day was mainly SFM, uh, like mainly SFM artworks and porting to SFM from whatever the fuck engine, uh, I kind of felt the need to talk about this because, well, whenever else can I talk about this? I mean, I could do it anytime, any day, but like, I mainly decided to do it now because a couple of days ago, from the moment I'm recording this, I made a post on DeviantArt because that's where my main SFM content used to be, about like my story with all the SFM community, why I left it, why I stopped doing artworks and whatnot. And like, I also am feeling a need to do this because on my streams, most of the time, if not every time, uh, I say that the SFM community is the most toxic community ever, if not like one of the top top three most toxic communities ever. I apologize. But I never really explain why. I always say they cancel everybody who says something wrong and whatnot, just because I don't want to go on a huge ass rant on my streams about this. And in order to prevent that in the near future, here I am making this video and making it clear on why I left the SFM community. We're gonna start off with the history of the SFM community, which I had uh, since like 2017, like really late 2017, up until late 2019. So we're gonna start off of that, so I don't leave any details out. To start things off, my journey in the SFM content creation began like all the way back November/December 2017, because back then I had a very old laptop which I still own, which I still use from time to time, and that's where I started making my SFM content. Yeah, like I used to animate here and there just because at some days I felt the motivation to it, but most of the time I mainly stuck to artworks because I soon discovered that animation was not really my thing. Um, that artworking, so to say, was more of what I wanted to do, if I say so myself. And then yeah, I stuck to artworking. Then I ended up wanting to learn how to port because knowing myself, I did not want to ask my friends who know how to port every single prop for me from fucking Call of Duty or whatever game else, you know. So I decided to like ask them to teach me how to port. I had to make a promise though to not teach others how to port, which I'm still keeping to this day. But like, in the end of the day, if it if they do not learn from me how to port, they will probably learn from somebody else or from tutorials. So, at the end of the day, I'm still keeping my mouth shut about how to port. I'm not gonna teach it to anybody, so don't even ask me for that. And I'm only saying this because I had people ask me for that, and I immediately declined them. And it goes on and on. Anyway, going back to the topic, SFM porting, I started it, like I was learning it at like May 2019. I was porting models from different engines. But to go further back, because I literally made a huge hole here, when I actually started to port like my own shit, like my model edits and whatnot, is all the way back in 2018. This is where like I was a beginner porter and I barely knew anything, so I just ported whatever the fuck I could to gain experience. I ported a lot of shit, I'm not gonna lie about that. I went through most of the trouble, which I still go through now, when I port, when I want to port. And like, I've been porting until May 2019, when I started porting from other game engines. This is where I expanded my knowledge. And this is where I decided to like learn to like optimize any motherfucking other engine for SFM, like models from that engine. Because after a few ports, I came to realize that SFM does not work like MMD, for example. Like MMD is not as demanding as SFM, if I say so myself. I may be wrong, don't quote me on that. Because I barely use MMD, I can only go off of what I was told about MMD. So, yeah. And I kept porting all the way up until early 2021, because that's when I decided to stop porting for good. But I still kept going until the end of Black Ops Cold War, like its main life cycle, like before Vanguard came out. As for SFM content itself, like artworking and shit, I've stopped that already a long ass time ago. From time to time, I barely do artworks. Like the last artwork I did was literally the one you see on my streams, because I could not be bothered to pay people and then having that artwork done maybe in a month or even 2. So I said myself, no, I'm doing it myself. So I did it myself. So yeah. And now I'm just gonna go to the main part on what made me stop doing SFM content, what made me leave the SFM community. And like, I'm gonna explain if it was the reason why I have changed to Call of Duty Zombies. To start off, in the year 2020, I was forced to port a lot of models for people A, I did not even know, or B, I did not wanna port models for personal reasons. And like, in the end of the day, I was still forced to do it because whatever reason, why ever. I'm not gonna specify all the reasons, because I think it's pretty much clear which. If not, feel free to come up to my DMs, I will explain it to you in DMs afterwards. But anyway, yes, I was forced to port a lot of models, and if I just open SFM and open the model loader and I just type in my name, Dr. Blur, without a ZM or SFM in the end, I will literally see most of my ports, which I did not even want to do. And this is like another thing I don't like. Because, let's just say, with Call of Duty Zombies, I want to do the type of content. I'm willing to do the content, but the main reason is why I'm not doing the content is because there's barely anything to offer. I mean, I can go back and go all the way Black Ops Cold War. I can go out of my way and play anything from BO1 up to BO4, plus IW, plus AW, plus World War II zombies. But like, I would have to learn them from scratch because I don't know any of them. And second, it would take too much time and I don't have much free time at all because of work. Anyway, back to the main topic. Yeah, I was forced to port a lot of models. And as said, if I open the model loader in SFM and just type in the name Dr. Blur, or even open the folder with models I ported, yeah, I will see a lot of models I did not want to port. And it upsets me because I literally felt like that I was used for my ability to do this. And like, certain individuals decided to come begging at me for more and more, and then someone I literally ended up in a lot of drama because of this, and I mean a lot, for no reason whatsoever. And like, this is where I literally started losing interest in porting, and this is when I decided to like port less and cut it to the chase and never port again. Which kinda happened because I still port from time to time, but not for others, if anything, only for myself. Like, in 2020, like, no, 2019, 2020, and 2021, I could not even be focusing on ports because I was in college back then, and college was like my main priority. Like, I wanted to go up to the highest, which wasn't possible anymore due to multiple reasons. And like, with all the drama with ports and whatnot, I literally kinda am asking myself, how come I'm still sane? How come I did not lose my sanity back then? And like, all I could do in order to process the stress better is just do whatever I like doing, okay? Playing games. And games that helped me process this was BO3, BO4, MW 2019, Black Ops Cold War, and Halo. Like, this came so far where gaming even was my, so to say, anti-stress. And I know that some of you individuals are gonna go out of your way to type a comment or a DM such as, Blair, but in your free time you had time to do gaming, but you did not wanna animate. Why? It's shitty accent, I know. The thing is, as I said earlier, I soon came to find out that animation was not my thing. Therefore, I didn't even bother animating. Yet, I was forced to animate. I was forced to animate shit I did not wanna animate. And like, I'm literally asking myself why it even exists. In case you wanna know what the fuck I animated, I already took it down, I already deleted all the files because of the bad memories. So on this one you are kinda way too late. Sorry about that. And the another drama I had is about my name and about my OC. If you come to my name, it's literally like a short type of drama. Like, I changed my YouTube name to Dr.BlurZombies. Like, ZM stands for zombies, so to say. And I was yelled at for that because it quote unquote sounds cringe and whatnot. Meanwhile, I literally didn't see what the fuck is cringe on Dr.BlurZombies because it literally has my name and what I like playing, aka zombies. But at the end of the day, like, in order to get them off, I literally changed it to YT, and it's like the only thing I did not regret from that, because I also do variety gaming, as you know, so fuck it. And like, the only places where my name is still like Dr.BlurZombies slash Dr.BlurZM is my Twitch, my Xbox, and my PlayStation. And my Rockstar Games too, I believe. So yeah. And now to jump with my OC, just because somebody else edited it for me, like the way I wanted it to have, doesn't mean that they can claim my OC as theirs. Like, in the end of the day, the idea was mine. They decided to edit it by themselves. I did not tell them to. And at the end of the day, I got so much drama with that thing. So much drama. You may wonder why the fuck I didn't get rid of it already, didn't give it out. And I'm gonna tell you why I didn't give it out. Because when I created this OC all the fucking way back in 2019, it was mainly my idea. It was mainly my creation, so to say. Okay, yeah, like, it started as a fucking Five Nights at Freddy's E-Models model from SFM Workshop. But it didn't look, I have a $380 expensive model for that OC. And I now use it as my Twitch icon. Because I'm not a member of anything furry related. Nor do I wanna be anymore. But that's a topic for a different video. So yeah, there was a lot of drama with this OC, and even if I bring up myself wanting to make a dark ether type of edit for it, like you know the Samantha Max separator from Black Ops Cold War, like an edit type of that, but not like 1-to-1 copy, but edit in the direction of the operator. Yeah, and I still get drama about it because of the same shit. Meanwhile, I literally made it clear that this OC belongs to me, that I mainly created the idea and whatnot, and just because someone else edited it and made it look the way I like, doesn't mean that it's theirs. So, that's literally one of the reasons why I left the community. Another reason for my leave from the SFM community is because people tended to get involved into my content. And like, first, like when 2020 was nearing its end, I made 2 custom zombies map videos. One was the Winchester video. The map was made by Deadshot. And I played with BO1 gun mods, and then I figured out that the weapons, the custom weapons that didn't work, so like I just did the usual high rounding, even though if it was originally low round, but I don't care. Well, yeah, the video's still up. If you want to check it out, go ahead, check it out. Another video which I did was the Five Nights at Freddy's custom map, Even though I don't like Five Nights at Freddy's, I kinda felt like doing the Easter egg. So I did the Easter egg, posted, uploaded it on YouTube, and I was done with it for the day. And then people were starting to get involved into my content, trying to be like, oh, can we do this? Can we do that? Yada yada yada. I declined all of them, but in the end of the day, I got drama on my ass anyway because of that. And like, I believe that every content creator should be able to decide who he does not want to do content with. So yeah. Another thing which really bothers me about the SFM community to this day is the cancel culture. The unreal amount of cancel culture in the community is huge, if I say so myself. You can't even have your own valid opinion about anything without getting cancelled in the SFM community and called something you're not. So that's another reason why I just stick with the community. I wanted to leave the community by the time the final Zombies map comes out, or came out for Black Ops Cold War. I said so back in the day. And now this final Zombies for Cold War is forsaken. I ported the Crystal X, and then I plan to leave the community after the port of the Wonder Weapon. But I dipped early because my fuses blew with all that bullshit. And so like, yeah. There were still projects which I had to get done, but I ended up kinda ditching them. I only revived one project, but instead of SFM it was VRChat ports, but I never got it done anyway because it was middle in my time off of work, and then like the next day, after like I was half finished with the project, I had to go back to work again. So yeah. Ever since Firebase U released, I was doing zombies content and so-called variety gaming, where I played what I wanted on stream, and these were the best choices I made content-wise, and in my life as well. Of course, I have to buy games I do not want, such as Call of Duty Vanguard, because I don't like Vanguard as much as I like Black Ops Cold War. But like, I'm gonna be honest here, guys. I would rather, personally, buy 5 copies of Call of Duty Vanguard than dealing with a toxic ass community which costed me most of my fucking brain cells and most of my fucking will to live. Literally, having 5 copies of a shitty game is way better than dealing with a community that fucking kills your brain cells, creates drama out of nothing with just people just to have drama and whatnot, and just decide to cancel people left and right. Cancel culture is a bitch. But I gonna say it here, for some people, cancel culture is kinda what they deserve. Or 100% what they deserve. So yeah. Anyway, if you've made it this far into the video, I thank you a lot for coming here for my TED Talk, for my rant about the SFM community, and about my reasons why I left it. And yeah, as said, it's not the usual type of videos I usually do, and I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry that instead of me casually playing zombies or any Call of Duty related, you have to listen to me ranting about this. But I had to get it done now, didn't I? And before I forget, the moral of the story, if you wanna know one, is if you aren't happy with something, don't force it on yourself just because others wanted to. If you wanna go a different direction in your life, all the doors are open for you, and no one but you can close it. Be free to show their assholes the window for them to jump out of. With that being said, It has been Dr. BlurZM, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.